Thank you for watching this presentation on the Hafele Hypotronics DDX family of partial discharge detectors. In this presentation, I'll briefly cover some basics of partial discharge testing, then go into detail on our new DDX9121B. I'll also discuss some application examples and give details on what detector and accessories we offer for specific applications. Finally, I'll touch base on our integrated PD test systems. This drawing provides a general circuit used for partial discharge testing. The partial discharge test setup requires a high voltage test source, which here includes the controls, regulator, line filter, and transformer, a partial discharge detector, a coupling capacitor with a low arm measuring impedance, and of course the test object. Missing from this circuit is a calibrator. Here's an equivalent diagram with a high voltage test source, PD detector, coupling capacitor and measuring impedance, and calibrator. There are two main standards for measuring partial discharge. The first being the IEC standards, which specify partial discharge to be measured in PC or electrical charge within a frequency band. The other being the ANSI standards, which specify partial discharge to be measured in millivolts or peak voltage at a fixed frequency. One can also measure partial discharge on DC voltage. DC partial discharge measurements as specified as a number of pulses over a given PC level over a given time period. Now that we've covered some basics of partial discharge testing, let's talk about the new detector, the DDX9121B. The Hafele Hypotronics DDX family of partial discharge detectors is the resulting knowledge of four pioneers in the partial discharge test world between Hypotronics, Robinson Instruments, Hafele, and TEDx. The DDX9121B is a brand new detector, not just a modification of previous versions. The measuring boards and software have been completely redesigned to meet today's requirements for PD factory testing. New features and benefits include a wider measuring band, reduced PD measuring ranges, non-simultaneous 4 inputs per detector, a user-selectable frequency band, spectrum analyzer, and pulse shape representation, inception and extinction PD testing, DC PD measurements, and a wide input voltage range. The DDX9121B will meet the upcoming changes to IEC 60270, which increases the measuring band from 500 kHz up to 1 MHz. PD events are quite fast, and valuable information can be lost if the detector is auto-ranging while measuring. The DDX9121B only has 3 ranges, and in most cases can test without any auto-ranging. Each DDX9121B detector has 4 non-simultaneous measuring inputs. We can offer a multiplexer in the software that allows a user to select between these 4 non-simultaneous inputs. This can be helpful when measuring 3-phase test objects, different points in the test circuit, or using different measuring sensors. In addition to the 4 non-simultaneous inputs of each detector, we can offer multiple detectors for simultaneous measurements to reduce the total testing time. We can offer up to 10 DDX9121B detectors for 9 simultaneous PD readings controlled from just a single computer. From a single detector to a 9 simultaneous channel system, we can offer different needs to meet the custom application. including a cart or a desk. With the user selectable measuring band, the user can choose the frequency range that eliminates the most background noise. Also included is a spectrum analyzer that helps locate the best measuring band in seconds. And a scope window to help determine the type of pulse and separate different pulse origins. The DDX9121B also has a data logger that always keeps track of PD or IRV and voltage versus time, or PD versus voltage. The unit is also capable of performing an inception-extinction PD test where the inception and extinction voltage levels will be saved. Additional analysis capabilities are available with the NQP analysis. And we can also offer an optional software that allows for DC partial discharge measurements. Optional accessories include a software key to enable the embedded non-simultaneous 4 input channels, and a software key to enable the DC partial discharge measurements, and a fiber optic adapter to connect the detector to the computer. In addition to the PD detector, we can also offer high voltage test sources, coupling capacitors, measuring impedances, and calibrators. For coupling capacitors, we can offer our new 9230 series, which are rated up to 200 kV. Also, our existing PSF series can be used with the new DDX9121B without any adaptation. If a user has an existing coupling capacitor, they can replace its low arm with one of our universal passive measuring impedances for easy upgrades to one of our DDX PD detectors. The AKV 9310 is optimized for the DDX 9121B, and the AQS 9110A is optimized for the DDX 9101. We can also offer measuring impedances for specific applications such as fault site location cable testing and power capacitor testing. Here is a list of our calibrators. The new 9520 is a state-of-the-art calibrator which is controlled via touchscreen and can send out PD calibration pulses from 0.1 PC up to 50,000 PC. For a more basic calibrator, we offer the 9216. And for RIV calibrations, we offer the Cal 9530. Now for some examples to show what equipment we'll offer for specific applications. Here is the DDX family of partial discharge detectors. The 9101 is a basic single-channel detector ideal for pass-fail testing. The 9121B can be used for single or multi-channel applications, as well as DC and RIV testing. Finally, the 7000 is used for advanced applications such as cable testing and when additional analysis capabilities are required. For general purpose test systems, the 9101 and 9121B are suitable. For RIV and DC applications, the 9121B. For cable testing, the 7000. And for advanced noise discrimination, we offer the 8003. If you have an existing PD test system and are looking to upgrade the detector, we will offer our DDX9121B along with an AKV 9310 measuring impedance, which will replace the low arm of your existing coupling capacitor, along with a 9216 calibrator. For cases requiring a new test system, we will offer the DDX9121B with either the 9230 or PSF coupling capacitor and a 9216 calibrator. And of course, we can also offer the high voltage test source. When testing small distribution transformers, we'll provide a DDX9121B with a multiplexer option. With 3 coupling capacitors, the user can switch between the 3 phases of the transformer and a 9216 as the calibrator. For power transformer applications, we'll provide a multi-detector solution for simultaneous PD measurements of each phase. If a bushing tap is used as a coupling capacitor, then we only need to supply the measuring impedance. We suggest the 9520 calibrator as well as the RIV calibrator. For high voltage cable testing applications where the test area is within a shielded room, we can offer our DDX 7000 with fault site location along with a coupling capacitor and 9520 calibrator. For high voltage cable testing applications without a shielded room, we'll offer our DDX 8003 with advanced noise discrimination capabilities. Prior to selling a DDX 8003, we'll need to send an engineer on site for a site survey. Finally, for power capacitor applications, we can offer the DDX 9121B along with a 300 amp AKV 9310 measuring impedance, as well as a 9520 calibrator. Please keep in mind that for all of these cases, we can also offer a high voltage test source for a complete solution. We can also offer integrated PD systems for AC and DC solutions. These include the high voltage test source, coupling capacitor, detector, calibrator, and controls in a single cabinet system, along with a test chamber. We can offer these for a variety of voltage and power ratings depending on your application. Also a reminder of our new touchscreen PLC controller that comes standard with most of our AC test sets, which allow the user to define up to 10 steps in a test sequence. Thank you for watching, and please contact the Hafele Hypotronics location nearest you for additional information.